Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. It's fantastic! In these series of episodes, we're going to be taking a special walk in Warsaw. We're going to be looking at the sumptuous and scintillating gardens at the palace by the Vistula. That's right, we'll be taking a walk between the palace and the river. That's the Royal Palace, of course. Not only a beautiful building, but beautiful gardens as well. And Old Man Vistula rolling by. We're going to take a walk in the remade gardens and talk some old rubbish and see where the old river crossing was. You will be just as amazed as I was, along with Stan. Later we'll walk along the Vistula, along what is called the Vistula Boulevards, which sports, according to many publications, the best beaches of any big city in all of Europe. We'll let you be the judge of that. So come along for a special walk between the palace and the river. That's Poland Daily Travel. We're in Warsaw. What better place to be? Let's go for a stroll. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Poland Daily Travel. We are standing in a very auspicious place. Actually, the gate, what's the matter with you? Like one of those 18th century gestures.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, or 17th century, whenever they were doing it. This is the Royal Castle behind us, and
this is Steinkellera.
What does that mean?
Steinkellera was a merchant, I think, of German origin, which established himself in Warsaw, or his family, I don't exactly know, but he was famous for one thing: he built carriages in Warsaw. And so I always imagine myself driving up until the castle on this very old street. You can see it still has all those pavements from very old pavement. And to be walking and going up to the castle with a carriage, because it's Steinkellera Street. Exactly.
I noticed something about, actually I've never been on this street before. This street comes down from the back of the old town by the cathedral.
Yeah, and then there's something I would like to say later about this mold. We can't see on the camera right now, but
mold?
we'll see it. Yeah, well, it's the escarpment is always very, let's say, there's no bulges. It's always straight line. The escarpment of Warsaw is always a straight line, but only here it's a bit bigger.
Your step here.
Yeah.
These stones are big.
It's not easy.
Get one right in the middle of your foot.
It's always complicated to walk here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's a part of the escarpment which is a bit, let's say, going further towards the river. And why is that? And we'll be seeing that probably from another shot. That's because people used to dump things on this hill. And that's why over the years it just grew. Yeah, rubbish.
They just throw it over the wall.
Yeah, over the wall, but in this particular place.
So this was the garbage dump.
Yes, exactly. In the Middle Ages. Yes, right? And that's why when they
in the Middle Ages.
In the Middle Ages and then later on, and that's why this street is not parallel to the escarpment. It's becoming a beautiful day.
Amazing.
And that's why this street is not entirely, let's say, parallel to the escarpment. It goes a bit to the right, because we have to go along this not bulge, how do you call that? A bulge? It's all the rubbish that was thrown by a mound, exactly.
It's a mound.
Yeah, but it's a mound that is connected to the escarpment. It's just people threw things here.
Wow.
And often when the people that study the behavior of inhabitants of Warsaw in the early stage, they dig in there because they find a lot of things that people ate, and so they know a lot about their health conditions, and that's what this garbage hill, because that's the way it's called in Polish, is famous for.
Hill.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that before. Yeah.
See. And this looks like we're
walked on this street before.
Yeah, and that's funny because it looks like we're in some sort of a village, an old village, and we're actually in the center of Warsaw. It looks so quiet.
So welcome back, Stan.
Yeah.
We're sitting in an interesting place. Why are we sitting here? You insisted. Why?
Because I thought it was an interesting thing that most people that live in Warsaw, even Poles, don't know, is that it's garbage hill or dung hill, because in the Middle Ages
I didn't know that.
Well, now you know. See, and you learn
I could
even
have
more.
pretended that I knew that.
You could,
but I'm not going to do that.
But since
I'm
you're a
not gonna
traveler
pretend
and
with
you
you.
have to pretend you're naive, right?
I'm not going to pretend.
Stuff.
Well, I'm not going to pretend I'm Forrest Gump.
No, you don't. You don't have to
Forrest
go
Gump's-
as that far
I'm
in
Forrest
your
Gump's,
impersonation of a dummy.
I'm
Joking.
I'm his smarter brother,
Exactly, and exactly.
but not much smarter. Yeah,
Well, slightly smarter.
slightly.
You want a little?
Quid pro quo.
That's
I know
for
what
you.
that means.
Anyways,
Don't give me flowers. People will get the wrong
behind
idea.
us there used to be a tower in the Middle Ages because the walls of Warsaw used to be there. Warsaw was chosen because it was a high point on the escarpment and easier
Right.
to defend from the riverside. So that's why it was chosen. That's why in the Middle Ages, where those houses are, you would have a big brick wall defending the city, and of course towers. And there was a tower called Dung Tower because people would dump their dung and other things here, because in the Middle Ages you didn't have the modern garbage system as we have, so people had to dump things as close as they could. So for some reason they chose this place, and they were dumping things here up until 1844, when it was forbidden, and people still did it. But that's why this thing is so huge. It's actually, it's when if you saw it from even a further perspective, you'd see it's just really going out of the old town.
So we're really in the SHIT.
Yes, we are, but it's organic SHIT, as we would say today. That's why probably it's so fertile, and that's again why people are digging in here to know about the habits of various
Yeah, I was
inhabitants.
going to say, I bet you could dig down through here,
Oh, a lot.
find all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
Going back to medieval times,
Of
right?
course, and I guess they calculated the various layers and what times of in history they correspond to. So it's a very interesting place, and we're of course on the slopes of the old town on Dung Hill.
Yeah, and the old town right above us, and
Yeah.
the river ahead of us.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
maybe
river
we
is
should go-
ahead
we're
of
gonna
us,
go see
and
the
the
river.
river used to flow just over there. But as we mentioned in the previous episode, the river was pushed
Yeah.
around 200 meters.
So they were throwing garbage right down by the
Yeah.
river, basically.
Yeah, by the river. That was the most convenient things, I guess,
Yeah.
to do, because in middle-aged towns were not the healthiest places on earth, as you can imagine, and so they had to dump it somewhere. But I think it's better than to dump it in one particular place than rather to keep it in the streets, and then it causes all sorts of diseases. So that's why up until 1844, this was a place where people of Warsaw, especially the old town, would dump their SHIT.
Ah, it's a bunch of crap, if you ask me. Okay, Poland Daily Travel. Thanks for that interesting diatribe on dung. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Ding
And
dong dong.
I'll never walk by this hill without
Without,
a special feeling,
yes.
which may be solved only by a convenience. Stay with us. Poland Daily Travel, the next exciting episode. I think we should go down by the river finally.
Yes, yes.
Because I've never shot anything by the river, I think.
I don't
this
think
series.
so too. Yeah.
So now it's time to go
I
there.
want to show you a special place. All
We're going
right.
to show you a special place. Okay. Stay with us. Poland Daily Travel with me and Stan Jaglinski.